The State Department of Finance said no to 60% of San Diego's request for redevelopment funds for projects including the downtown homeless shelter, which is nearly complete. Here with more details are KPBS Metro reporter Katie Orr and Roger Showley, who covers growth and development at UT San Diego. Thank you for continuing to update us on this really kind of rather complicated story. Roger, tell us why the state has power over San Diego's redevelopment projects in the first place.
Well, the state eliminated redevelopment agencies last year, and they became effective February 1st. So every 6 months, they look through the list of enforceable obligations that the cities have to continue certain projects. And this last week, they said, after meeting with the city of San Diego and all the other agencies in San Diego County and all over the state, 250 of them, they said, you can do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. And in the case of what you're talking about, the homeless shelter, it was a little bit of an odd decision because the money had to do with a overrun on their budget. It's the Connections housing project at 6th and A downtown.
That was one of them, the homeless project, I think. Right. How much money?
Like
$4 million?
$4 million or so.
Right, but then there was also $5 million that was directed on the affordable housing. How was that different?
Well, it's on the $4 million, it had to do with the overrun of the construction, and they had to find a solution so they got historic tax credits to make up the difference. And the $5 million, what do you mean for that?
I think that for affordable housing, Katie, it was the $20 million, right?
So it's the second project a few blocks away. That was a new project, hasn't started yet, and the city had agreed or had found a way to give them about $20 million in bond money. And because of certain deadlines, the state said, no, you can't have that money. And this week they were supposed to close escrow on all the financing, start construction first of the year. And now the developer is in the lurch about what am I supposed to do with this project? How am I going to make up the difference?
And not just the developer, Katie, this is going to cost the city some big money, especially because some of these plans actually were obligations, right?
Right. The city redevelopment had been paying for the payment on Petco Park, which is about $11 million a year, and $3 million a year to pay for the second expansion of the convention center. And the city had tried to lump those payments into these ongoing enforceable obligations, and they said, no, you can't. So that's essentially $13 million that the city is going to have to cover, which they were anticipating. Former Mayor Jerry Sanders had sort of counted on that. But that's more bad news for San Diego because on top of that, San Diego has to implement Proposition B next year, which is the pension initiative, switching most new employees from a pension to a 401k system. And that's going to cost about $30 million. So those two sums together, about $41 million, Mayor Bob Filner says is really going to put the city in a deficit situation next year as the city tries to cover those costs.
So $13 million on the redevelopment obligations and then another almost $30 million. That almost $30 million with Proposition B, Roger, that came up just for this year's fiscal year, which starts in July. Is that something in the long term that's going to hurt us, or do you think it'll benefit the city?
Well, out of $1 billion budget, I'm sure they can deal with that. They have $160 million or so of reserves, I recall. So I think this year they can deal with it. I think it's the long term that everyone should be looking at, and that is that by eliminating redevelopment, you have, in the case of San Diego City, about $100 million a year they used to get from redevelopment. Now they're only getting $17 million plus leftover money for bond payments. So in the big picture and in many other elements of the city budget, they're going to have shortfalls as we go along.
Right, yeah. and they always knew that they were going to have to pay more money to implement Prop B because you have to speed up your payments because you're essentially shutting out the pension system and switching to a new one, and that takes money. The final tally is surprising to some people, especially people who were not in favor of Prop B in the first place. They say, oh, this is a lot more than you told us it was going to be. But I feel like the supporters of Prop B were always very clear that it will cost money initially, but then you see that drop off, and in about 6 years we should start recognizing the savings, but it's just how do you get through that
Right, it kind of smarts right now, but in the end, it might save the cities a lot more money if they can pay that off quicker. Katie, let me ask you this. There were a couple of programs, well, 40% of the redevelopment plans were spared or were said okay. The state said it was okay to do. What were some of those?
Well, one of the most notable ones that Roger reported on and that it's been in the news a lot is the phase 1 of the North Embarcadero Visionary Plan, which is the plan that's being, it's sort of a county plan, a port plan, a San Diego plan, everyone's contributing, and it beautifies the area along the Embarcadero downtown. And phase 1 focuses on the area around Harbor Drive and Broadway Pier. And that was about, I think, $26 million or so. Yeah. And the bottom line is the state decided that, yes, that's an obligation because it got underway before the decision to eliminate redevelopment went into effect, and so that can keep going.
And I think more important is that they recognize that there are many bond payments that are continuing for the next 20 years or so. So there really wasn't any question about approving those obligations. They're legal hits on the city, and the redevelopment source will continue for that. It's some of these projects that haven't started yet. And more important than downtown is all the neighborhoods, all the street improvements, the lights, the parks, the libraries, all these things that older communities that we're counting on are now stuck. And that's the big question: is how are they going to find money for these long-wanted projects?
And that's a question we'll have to explore a little bit later because we are out of time. So Roger Showley and KPBS reporter Katie Orr, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you.